Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. It finally happened. I got my surgery. I got it finally. What the fuck am I doing? Okay, yeah, I got my weight loss surgery finally. It's actually been over a week now that I had my surgery, but I was recovering obviously, so I wasn't really in the mood to make a video, especially because I wasn't really able to sit for a long period of time, and with that I mean more than 5 minutes. I had to lay down after that, and also I was in the hospital until Friday, and then my boyfriend was here to care for me while my parents were on holiday, so I didn't really have the time to film anything. So yeah, my surgery was on the 6th of June. I've already been kind of getting used to everything, and in this video I just want to talk about how my surgery day went, how the hospital stay went, and how I'm dealing with the changes at home right now. I will make a video about my current diet, the liquid diet I have to be on for the first 2 weeks. I will make that for the next video because I didn't want to pack everything in one video. I think that would be too much for me to keep track of, you know. I will mention some things here and there about the diet, but I will go into further detail in the next video, which is also funny because when that video comes out I will already be on the next diet. I still have trouble being hunched over like this, so I kind of have to lean back every now and then. So after my spirit was crushed by postponing my surgery, the week was horrible. I was in a pretty bad place mentally, and I was super negative. I was like, no, this is never gonna happen, and I'm not gonna believe it until I am under anesthesia. Otherwise, that's not gonna happen. So up until the day of my surgery, I was super anxious that the same thing is gonna happen again. So when we got there, I was immediately able to talk to the nurse to get everything checked again, and my mom immediately asked or said that I'm super nervous because I'm scared that it will happen again, and the nurse immediately said, no, from our side everything is fine and it will happen. And I was like, it was such a relief. It was a huge relief. And then we went into the waiting room again, where the bad news came last time, but this time I got picked up by the nurse again after half an hour, I think, to get changed. So I changed into one of those typical hospital robes and put my bathrobe over it, put on my flip-flops that I packed, and then I was basically ready, I guess. So I said bye to my mom. So the nurse took me into the preparation room where another I think nurse, I'm not sure, took over and got me onto the surgery, the preparation bed, and put my stuff, my bathrobe and my flip-flops in a separate bag that would be brought to my room. And then I got a beautiful hairnet on and was rolled into the actual preparing room, where the nurse had to find a vein to give me the anesthesia through, because apparently my arms are just egotistical, selfish assholes who don't want to give blood. They were having a little bit of trouble, every time. But they found something. It was really uncomfortable. It was here. She was like, yeah, during surgery, someone else will lay another tube, I guess. I'm not quite sure the right word here. Another line, I think, is the right word. We'll lay another line that is less uncomfortable and just in general better. The anesthesiologist went over some questions with me, blah blah blah, and then they all these cables they put on me for an EKG and to measure my blood pressure, and that's where the trouble already started, because my blood pressure was apparently pretty high. Believe it or not, I've never actually had trouble with high blood pressure. Even though I weigh so much, my blood pressure was always good, acceptable, but apparently for surgery it was too high. So they had to try 2 different ways of measuring my blood pressure. And when they saw, okay, no, it's really actually too high, they had to give me something to lower my blood. I cannot speak. Calm the fuck down. Jesus. They had to give me something to lower my blood pressure. There we go. And then suddenly I don't remember anything anymore. I mean, the nurse, I think, told me that she would give me the anesthesia now, and then I was out. And that is not how I remember it from my gallbladder surgery. That was different. I don't know if they changed it in that time, how they do it, or if it was different because my gallbladder surgery was an emergency surgery. I have no fucking idea, but it was different. After surgery, wake up room, of course, I felt nauseous and I felt pain, and it was kind of, for the next 24 hours, it was a back and forth between nausea and pain, and it was not fun at all. And so in the wake up room, they gave me something against the nausea and they gave me something for the pain. And once I was like awake enough or whatever, I don't know, they put me in the ICU. They also told me I had some major trouble breathing during surgery. That's what they were afraid of and why they wanted me to go to the ICU so badly. So I had a breathing tube in my nose as well. And in the ICU, I was just full of cables. They still had to do EKG, blood pressure like every half hour, and had this weird clip on my finger to get the oxygen levels and my pulse, and yeah, and my oxygen levels weren't that great. And I couldn't breathe very deeply. It's like you can't breathe as deep as when you would yawn. It was normal for me when I walked a lot, when I was exercising, whatever, because I was a smoker and my lungs were fucked from asthma and smoking. So I had that then, but then like after half an hour, I was fine again. But this was like, this was bad. Like, that went on for like a full day. In the ICU, I was treated like a princess. I was feeling so good there and so well taken care of, and it was kind of a sad situation because next to me the woman was in a coma, and the family there was of course super sad and whatever, and it was sad to experience this, but I had to concentrate on myself. My mom immediately came and visited me once visiting times came around. The thing is, we thought that I would only have to be in the ICU for a few hours, but since I had so much trouble breathing and my oxygen levels were so low, they decided they would keep me there overnight. So my mom visited me in the ICU and we talked a little bit. I wasn't like super talkative, I think, and my eyes were super heavy still. And then came the thing that I was allowed to drink a maximum of 500 milliliters for that day. I wasn't allowed to eat anything, like not even soup or whatever. But the thing is, I think throughout the 4-hour visit of my mom stayed with me for 4 hours. I drank like not even 100 milliliters, I think, because my stomach just didn't want to. And the thing is, if I drink too much, I feel nauseous, and that was there as well, but even stronger, and that was no fun. And they gave me like a little sippy cup so I wouldn't swallow as much air as I would from a normal cup or glass or whatever. But the nurses there were absolute angels, I swear to God. Yeah, they've taken great care of me. And on the first evening, I think, so Tuesday evening, they wanted me to stand up, so they helped me with that. That's the first time I ever used a walker, but I had to use it. I was like dizzy as fuck. I was not quite there and my body was super weak, so it was really necessary. Once I was standing, it was fine, or at least better. I had to do like grab apples, you know, to get my arms moving, and they always kept saying, keep one hand on the walker, please. Because I would constantly be like this, and I keep my hand here and then do this, and that's not I shouldn't do that. It was kind of fun, but also never again, please. The night there was fine. I was sleeping pretty well. I guess the rest of the anesthesia worked its way. But the next morning, early noon, I got my catheter pulled. I had a catheter, which was a first. It was really weird, but okay. And I also had a drainage tube on one of my cots, which always hung between like my legs, and it was so weird. And yeah, but I got my catheter pulled, and somewhere in the noon, I got transferred to a normal hospital room. Finally, the nurses that got me there, they were super cool, like totally my humor. I later on found out that the one nurse that joked with me back and forth, she's only 1 year older than me, and that's pretty cool, and I really like them. That's really cool. I'm saying cool a lot, I think. I was in a normal hospital room, and I had one other person with me in the room, and she got a similar surgery to mine. She got a bypass. I got the sleeve and she got a bypass, so we kind of were on the same wavelength, I guess, which was cool. So my mom came visiting me and we talked a lot. I didn't get lunch that day because apparently they missed me in the ICU, so my lunch probably was sent to the ICU, and then we're like, oh, she's not here anymore, well then she's not getting any. Whatever. I was able to drink a little more water that day. I think I did make it to almost 500 milliliters. And then my dad and my little sister came as well and stayed as long as my mom stayed, which again was in total like 4 hours. And that day I was still in pain. I got like a pain pump where I could push a button and then I would get pain medicine. I didn't use it as often as I probably should have, because sometimes I was like, you know what, I don't want to seem like a drug seeker or something, but I think about that shit way too much. Like, what the fuck? I can't overdose on that shit. That's the system. And if I'm in pain, I'm in pain. And then on the day where my family visited me, they wanted to have me go to the toilet on my own because I didn't have a catheter anymore. They had to take out oh yeah, I got the second line here. You can still see it, the dot. They had to remove the pump for me to go to the toilet, and then they were like, let's try if you can deal without it, and if not, we'll put it on again. And I was like, well, it's super inconvenient to always have to kind of get it off and get it back on every time I have to go to the toilet, so I'll just try without it, even though I am in a bit of pain. But I was like, well, it's just a bit of pain, so that's fine. And then it was dinner time at like 4:30 p.m. Like, what the fuck is up with that, by the way? Why, hospitals? 4:30 p.m. is not dinner time. And it was like soup, like broth. And I was slowly slurping it. And then I couldn't take anymore. My stomach, I was super full, and I started to feel really bad pain again. And I was like, oh, it's fine, I can deal with it. So I stood up, I went to the toilet. My family was still there. And when I was on the toilet, I kind of started crying. It was just too much. Like the pain and everything new, and I don't know. And I came back and cried some more, and then my parents said that I shouldn't have to live with the pain, like talk to the nurse, what the fuck. So I called the nurse and I got my pain pump again. Anyway, let's fast forward a little bit because I'm taking way too long to explain everything. Thursday, my roommate, I guess, got discharged in the morning, so I was alone, and since it was a holiday, I didn't get anyone new, so that was quite nice, having the room for yourself. And then I got breakfast. For breakfast, I got a milky milkshake, I guess, a milk drink. It tasted like a cafe latte. And it was quite delicious, and I was really sad that I couldn't finish it. I couldn't even, I drank that for breakfast and for lunch, and I couldn't finish it. Because it was just, my stomach could not handle it. And then my grandma and grandpa came to visit me for a while, and that was really nice. And later on, my other grandma and my little sister came to visit me as well, and that was also really nice. My parents were on holiday or on vacation already, so they couldn't come visit me on my last day in the hospital, but they didn't want to go. And I was like, dude, go, I'm fine. And on Friday, my boyfriend would come and he could pick me up and he could take care of me. It's fine. So they went. Thank God. I would have felt so bad. Yeah, Thursday went great. I didn't need the pain pump anymore. That was fine. I still did get pain medicine, but like in drops. Oh, and on Thursday, I was finally allowed to shower. Was it Thursday? Yeah, I think it was Thursday. And that felt so good, and it helped with the pain, and it just helped with my general like well-being. It was really great. Oh yeah, Wednesday evening when I took my sleeping meds, I got major heartburn. It was awful. And so I wanted to try out if it's my sleeping meds or if it's the pain meds, because I took both at the same time. I found out it's my sleeping meds. So I can't really take those anymore. Luckily next week I'll see my psychiatrist so we can figure out something else. My stomach just doesn't like it anymore. It's really weird. On Friday morning I got everything done, like with the doctors, with the nurses. I got my medication for the next week. And then my boyfriend came and picked me up and we went home. And that was my hospital stay. And the last week was exhausting, physically and mentally, really exhausting. Until you try it, you have no idea how hard it is and how annoying it is and how frustrating it is to be on a strict liquid diet. And not liquid in you can eat anything that's soft, no, really liquid. It has to be able to go through a strainer. That was the rule. That was so annoying. But I don't know, I'm praising my mom in so many of my videos, and she always says I'm so sweet for it, but I mean, she's a great mom, so what can I say? My mom and my dad cooked a bunch of soup for me. Zucchini soup and carrot potato soup, and put it all through a strainer and put it in portion-sized boxes with 150 milliliters, which was the limit for the start. I don't have to cook basically, and that's amazing. I can concentrate on other shit, you know, and I can concentrate on recovering and getting better and everything, and that's so cool. I have literally the best parents, I swear to God. Every day now is getting better, and next Thursday is my next appointment with the dietitian, and that means that... No, wait. Backtrack. And today I had my appointment to get my staples pulled out, finally, because they were getting really irritated. So they're out now. So that makes stuff easier. I still have trouble drinking enough. I have trouble with like pure water. But the doctor today said you have to get to 2 liters a day at least. Doesn't matter what it needs. Put some juice in there. Put some lemon in there. Put some like tasty powders in there. Whatever it takes. You need to get to 2 liters with those temperatures that we have right now. And apparently I'm also not eating enough. I'm eating 3 meals a day, and each of them is like 150 milliliters, and that's not enough. I need to be like at 5 meals a day, which is like, I've never been told that I'm not eating enough. What the fuck? Didn't watch it today though, because I slept basically all day and I'm still tired. Next Thursday, I have my next appointment with the dietitian. which means I will start the new diet plan, which means no more liquid diet, soft food diet. It will make it so easier. It will make the selection so much bigger. This liquid diet is driving me crazy, I swear to God. I haven't craved meat like this in forever. If ever, I don't know. I am craving chicken. I want chicken. I'm still not getting chicken next week, but at least I can eat a lot more other stuff, so it's not as boring with like yogurt and soups and up to here. I have it up to here. I don't want it anymore. I think that's it. Do I even at this point have to do a video about my liquid diet? That's it for this video. I think I told everything. It was a messy ride. Oh, in the first 6 days I lost 7 kilograms. 7 kilograms. What the fuck? That's it now. So that was the messy journey to my weight loss surgery. I finally have it. Finally starting my new life, and I'm slowly starting to move more. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was kind of informative. If not, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in my whole journey, because now it really starts. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day or night wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye!